Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emory Hunt, the playbook, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you an ACC preview between North Carolina and Boston College. The game is at Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, and North Carolina, the Tar Heels, Butch Davis, you know what they're all about. That's defense. They're giving up 2.8 yards per carry, so they're great against the run at only 16 points per game. This team likes to run the ball more than pass the ball. TJ Yates, he's not really consistent, but he's got Jerani Boyd, an explosive freshman receiver, and Greg Little, converted running back to wide receiver, who can make plays also. So what are your keys to victory for the Tar Heels, who really have an opportunity here to make a case for a big bowl game?
Well, what they have to do is remember that a football game is 4 quarters long. Second half, offense and defense both have to step it up this week. BC can run the rock. You have to come out the gates in that second half and be ready to play, because BC will be ready to play. They can play 4 quarters. Carolina doesn't do a good job coming out of the gates and finishing games. That's why a lot of teams say in it, they have to do a better job of get that
They're
going.
getting outscored by 11 points in the third quarter, and that momentum's building for opposing teams.
Right, and they also have to keep the chains moving offensively. They struggle on third down. That is the Achilles heel for Carolina. They can find a way to skip third down, they'll do it, but they have to keep the chains moving to keep Montrell Harris off the field for BC. They have to keep the chains moving, keep the ball in their hands. They're down the running back, so that's gonna hurt them in a sense, but they still have to find a way to keep the chains moving.
Well, their secondary is loaded with playmakers: Kendrick Burney, Deontay Williams, Deion Searcy. Up front, Marvin Austin is the pro prospect, but Robert Quinn is playing off him beautifully. Listen to his numbers: 16.5 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 2 pass broken up, and 4 forced fumbles. Those two to go along with 2 stud linebackers in Bruce Carter, who's a great special teams player, and Quan Sertivan, who's a leading tackler. The defense is for real. Let's talk about BC now. What are your keys to victory for them? Their offense is led by running back Montel Harris, and Shinsky's the quarterback's not having too bad of a year.
Well, I like matchups. I'm a big guy on matchups, and I like the matchup of the BC secondary versus TJ Yates. 10 interceptions. So you look at that secondary, they're going to have some opportunities, some gift wrap balls going to come their way. They have to make those plays and turn the tides, turn the field. Field position is going to be key. So that secondary versus TJ Yates is a big matchup. Also, they have to load up to stop Houston, the talented big tailback for the Tar Heels. He's a really good runner, physical runner. They're gonna try to use him to grind out the game. So they have to load up to stop the run and try to make Yates beat you with their own. I like Carolina.
And with Sean drawn out, Houston obviously is the premier ball carrier. Johnny White's going to see some carries too. But let's talk about BC. Let's go back to BC. 4.9 yards per carry for Montel Harris. This is going to be a tough defensive game because both teams do not move the sticks on third down. Their red zone defense, the Eagles, is 37%. They're only giving up touchdown. That's great. And they got great run defense. So this is going to be a low-scoring battle. I'm going to go with North Carolina also. It will be a very low-scoring game. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NCAA.